study for today. Okay. So last time we already studied about passive voices. And you said that you want to study also with Unit 2. So let's move on to Unit 2, shall we? Okay. Now what you can do right now is please open page 28. I will share the screen for a little bit. Wait a minute. Where is that one? Okay. Let me open it from my book. But let me ask you, do you think I'm pretty for like this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty. Thank you, Dario. Okay.
Nggak kuat.
I think you're a little weird.
I'm a little weird. How about now? Okay. Let's move on to page 28. Let's open page 28. Ooh, that's not what I want. Here we are. About adventure.
So pretty, like
Melian.
Ariana Grande.
Melian, can you please go back to your class? Okay, now, this is about adventure. Everyone can see my screen, right?
No.
What do you mean by no, Jeffrey? Can you explain
I
it for
mean,
me?
yes.
Okay. Okay, we're talking about adventure over here. Who wants to have an adventure? A miss! Call me Miss Dina for now.
Christina,
Yes!
page berapa ini?
In English, please, Jeffrey.
You know Indonesia.
No, I will only speak in English and I will only respond in English. I will not respond anything in Bahasa Indonesia. This is on page 28.
Ini aku perlu nelfon 911 lagi.
You look like a Minnie Mouse.
I'm a Mimi. Oh, hi, Mickey.
Halo. 122 ini guruku.
This is the Mimic Ghost. The new one.
What do you mean by
Baiklah.
that?
Wah,
No, Mr. Danny has long been gone.
di Nobel Nasional Academy ya.
Mr. Danny has been long
Maka
gone.
yang namanya
This
Dani
is now Mr.
Sugata,
Dina.
dia pakai kacamata. Terima
Yeah,
kasih.
this is now Mr. Dina speaking. Mr. Danny has been long
Oke,
gone
thank you.
away.
Segera datang ya.
Okay, now about adventure. What do you like about adventure? Where do you want to go if you want to have an adventure? Jeremy, Ansel,
Hey,
open your
you're,
camera, please. What is it, Jeff?
Nothing. Never mind.
What do you mean by nothing and never mind? Please explain it to me. Come on.
Why in your number it say Indonesian word?
Which one? In my number?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in WhatsApp? Yes, that is my own status. But that's fine, right? Only in
Pinter.
English class and when you meet
Bisa
with
kembali ke
me.
suara yang awal. Aku
This
menyerah.
is
Peter
my
tambah
normal
jadi
voice.
banci loh.
This is my normal voice. So please, okay? I'm not Mr. Danny. I'm Miss Tina for now. Okay. So what kind of adventure that you want to do? Do you want to have an adventure?
You can get back to your natural voice. I don't like your voice, Mom. Banti.
Oh, come on. This is just how I am as Miss Tina.
Miss Tina.
Yes, Jeffrey, what is it?
A lot of people in there.
Where? In where?
Please. Stop, please. Why?
29.
At 29, yes, on page 29. Oops, sorry.
Everyone die?
On page 29, what do you mean by there's one that died? No! There's no one dying here.
Yes.
Because there's a orca.
Orca.
Yeah,
There is an
orca.
orca, yes.
Killer.
That orca.
Killer.
Orca is a killer whale. Orca will never
No.
attack human.
Orca is family friendly.
Yes, orca is family friendly, so don't worry about orca.
Tapi itu orca. Mau membunuh. Dia itu meskipun tidak suka didekati manusia, meskipun takut
Tapi dia
manusia.
suka ditunggangin.
Tapi like kita itu dekat-dekat banget, atau kita kayak
It will
bisa
be
nyerang dia ya,
dangerous.
kita nyerang kita bisa mati boy kita. Sekali dihilang nyawa kita
In
kan
English,
hilang.
please.
Makanya Yu pun takut.
English, please.
They are family friendly and I don't hate.
Yeah, Orca is
Oh,
good.
there's a killer.
Wait a
It's
minute.
a killer.
Hey, come in, miss. Come in, miss.
So they can kill.
Miss,
What is it, Milin? What is it?
can I speak Indonesia?
What do you want to speak in bahasa? Go ahead.
Suaranya agak kecil, Mister. Miss. Agak sakit telinganya. Aduh.
Oh, so this one is better then.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's just go.
Sir, pakainya yang My Little Pony dong, biar
Let's just go.
keren.
Let's just go back. Okay, let's just go back. That's it. Let's just go back.
Hey, Miss Dina is gone forever.
Now, Mr. Danny. Okay.
I to transform very fast.
Okay. I cannot. Okay, I cannot mute anyone who doesn't speak in English. But if you speak in Bahasa, I will not respond to you. But I will allow for several things. Okay.
Mr. Danny,
What is it, Jeff?
can Orca kill Megalodon?
I don't know because there's no.
Megalodon udah pernah.
Because there is no.
If.
Ya sepertinya enggak sih. Tapi kan
Isin Megalodon.
Orca itu butuh
Enzo.
kok.
Enzo. Enzo, thank you. Your camera, thank you. Okay, now we have several things. Let me just zoom in. Oh no, that's not what I want.
Black.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's not what I want. What I want is over here and here. Okay, now let me just zoom in. Yeah, maybe your connection, Enzo. So my voice is kinda laggy. Okay, now what do you know about extreme sport? Over here. What do you know about extreme sport?
Olahraga yang berbahaya.
English, please.
Bola.
Dangerous.
Loh,
Dangerous.
Mister, bukannya Inggrisnya
Dangerous
exercise.
exercise.
Iya.
What's it,
Really
Milin? Try
exercise.
English, Milin. Try English, Milin. Milin, try English. What did you say just now?
Ya.
You said something just now. I cannot hear it because Dario's voice is louder. Can you please repeat it
No.
again? No? Okay. Okay, Nathan, you raised your hand just now. What is it?
It's a dangerous sport with high risk.
Yes. Usually for extreme sport, it will be Marco. Please don't use that kind of background. Okay, I cannot see all of you. There you go. So I can see your prettiness. Okay. So in extreme sports, usually it's for speed and for height. So what kind of extreme sports that you know?
Kayaking, mountain climbing,
Kayaking, mountain climbing. What else?
Skating.
Ice skating.
Yeah.
Rafting.
Okay.
skydiving,
Skydiving.
Rafting.
parasailing,
Parasailing. What is it, Dario? Sorry.
Rafting.
Rafting. This one, rafting. Is it?
Is that extreme sport?
Okay, extreme sport is actually have high risk.
I have example.
Okay, let me tell you first. Extreme sports usually have high risk. High risk of what? High risk of being died. That is an extreme sport. If you miss
Sir.
something, you will die. So it depends on the speed, height, and then the level of physical exertion. So it means
Surfing?
how much surfing. Surfing can be dangerous.
Murder. Kill
That's
someone.
not a sport.
Psychopath.
That's not
Psychopath.
a
That's
sport.
wonderful.
That's not a sport. Okay. So, in extreme sport, usually, what is it?
Climbing.
Mountain climbing, yes. Mountain climbing is also extreme sport. It's usually give you adrenaline. It gives you adrenaline for the extreme sport because you can
What is
feel
adrenaline?
adrenaline is like a hormone inside your body that gives you fight or flight response. So it's exhilarating. It makes you want to do more and more and more and make it more. There is adrenaline. It makes your heart beats faster and then you move faster because you risk your life. And then you need several equipment for the extreme sports too, because there are lots of danger, and so you need a good kind of equipment and it's function correctly. Okay. Usually in extreme sport, especially like mountain climbing, you need your destination, your location, and your motive for doing that. Because if you don't, if you just like strolling, like you just walking around, you will not be safe. And you also need compass because you will get lost sometimes. What is it, Nicholas?
You need a compass if you get lost.
Yes. If you get
And
lost,
then you get a reward for that extreme sports or something.
Mhm. So you also need, when you go to an adventure, you also need some map. In adventure, you don't really need to do every kind of extreme sport, because adventuring is also like when you are going camping or when you are maybe going to another city, backpacking, traveling. That is adventure. So adventure is something that you're doing something new. It is a work where it is an act where you're doing something new. That is adventure. And it's rewarding for adventuring because it gives you boost. It gives you something new. Because in our life, we need new things usually. Okay, I'll erase that. Now let's go back again. Let's move on. Okay. Because we want to make it fast. Okay, I am really sorry. Because we want to make it fast. So let's open page. What page is it? I'm sorry, I just forgot what page is it. This one. I'm sorry, I just forgot what page is that. Can you tell me what page is that?
Page 33.
Page 33. Okay, thank you very much, Ashley. Okay, let's open page 33. Okay. Now, we want to complete the first sentence. Maybe not, because it was on the... Okay, sorry. Let's go back to page 30 first. 30, not 31st. Let's go back to page 30. I'm sorry. This one. Okay, about reading strategy. So, every time we read, we usually get to know or get to know the story, get involved in the story in every kind of point of views. Okay? In here, there is the first point of view, second point of view, and then third person point of view. Now, can anyone tell me what is the first person point of view?
First person is the person who is doing the activity, telling it out to other people.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Nathan. So usually, mostly, first person using the word I in their stories. So they're just retelling what they have experienced. How about second person? Second person, second point of view.
Third person is orang ketiga.
Yes, third person point of view. That's right. But I'm asking the second person first.
Like first itu I, ya kan?
Yes. So the second?
The second,
You.
You. That's right.
In Minecraft.
So you're using you. Usually, when you're talking with someone, with your friend right in front of you, and then you're telling them, you're telling about with the second point of view.
The first person is why we look now.
It's not the first person and the third person in game, Jeffrey. That is different. Although the principle is the same, but the usage is different. Because in the first person point of view, we use I. The text always use I. Okay? And in the second person, the text use you. Now the third person, what do you use?
They, them.
Yes.
Her, him.
So he, she, it, they.
You write this.
You don't have to. Okay, but so just you know. Okay, now let's look into number 1. There are 3 texts over there. The first text is written in first person, second person, or third person.
First person.
First person. Why is it first person then?
Because there's an I.
Yes, that's right. Because there's an I over there. I woke up. I'm very excited today. Now for number 2, what kind of text is that? Is it the first, the second, or the third person?
Third.
The third. Why is it the third?
Third.
Because she it.
Good. Good. Okay? Because it's called with the name also. So Renata Moran, and then she called. That's why it is in the third person. Why
The
did I write that?
Third.
Sorry
in
about
the-
that.
Second. Number 3 is
So that
second.
means number
Why not
The last
second?
one.
Because not first.
Second. Second.
It's a second person because of why? Why is it?
Because not
Because
first person. Because you have you ever wished.
Yes, because there's you. They're talking to you. That's why they're using the second person.
I don't read it. So
So, usually, I will erase a little bit up there. Okay. Usually, non-fiction text. I'm sorry. Let me use that. Usually, the non-fiction
the
text
exercise number 2 with
is
partner.
written in third person. Okay? For non-fiction, usually it's in third person. It can also be written in the first person if it's non-fiction, if it's fiction too. Let me ask you, what is the meaning
you
of
translate
non-fiction?
this
Let me ask you, what is the meaning of non-fiction?
cerita asli. The
That
real
means-
story.
Yes, that means it's real. Okay, non-fiction is real, but fiction is
The
it?
story
It's-
where the writer imagine.
Yes, the story is not real. That is fiction. So what we have read about all of these, all 3 texts, is non-fiction because it happened.
So if it's fiction, use first person.
Fiction can be used first and third. Fiction text cannot use second person. Because in fiction, you can also use
Oh,
I.
because the second is like talk to you.
Yes, you cannot ask someone to join in with your imagination, right?
The third is like a story, but you can make it.
Yep. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, everyone understand with the texts?
Lumayan.
How about
Little.
everyone else? A little bit. How about everyone else? Okay. Now, let us move on to page 33. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. Let's move on to page 33. There are several words in the bottom. 4 in fact. Can you tell me what the meaning of grazing is?
What, mister?
What is the meaning of grazing? The bottom there. Number 1 there. At number 4 in the page 33. Okay. Number 1 is grazing. What is the meaning of grazing? Do you know? Okay, if we don't know, then let's do number 2 first. What is prey? Do you know what is prey?
Pray.
Prey. What is prey? What do you think? Like a lion trying to catch its prey.
Other animals.
So it's B, animals that are hunted or killed by other animals. Usually, this is herbivores.
Sir, what is
What is what? Jeff,
tulis apa sih?
I told you, don't you listen to me?
This
Usually,
tulisan very welek.
but I said it right.
Don't know the spell.
Usually, prey is herbivores. Do you know the meaning of herbivores? I think you should.
Makan tumbuhan.
Yes, they are the prey. Usually, they are the prey. Okay, now number 3, edible. What is the meaning of edible?
Safe to eat and not harmful.
Good, safe to eat and not harmful. That's right. Okay.
Grazing. When
then-
animals eating grass.
Yes, grazing is when animals are eating grass. We call them grazing.
Landmarks.
So
Buildings or
landmarks. That's
features that you can easily recognize.
Yes, that's right.
Sir,
Thank you.
can I ask something?
What is it, Jeff?
What is the meaning of recognize?
The meaning of recognize. That
Yeah.
means you know it. For example, in Tulung Agung, you recognize about the alun-alun because they have the monument in there. Right? You recognize that easily. That is landmark. Okay. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next page, okay? I will erase this. Is it okay? Okay. Let's move on to the next page with our grammar. Okay. So, the exercise in number 1, you do the task. Let's read about the task first, okay? The task is underline the part in the A over here, is underline the part of each sentence that gives more information about the noun in red. So, for 1, use material that only needs a small spark to catch fire. Which part that gives more information about material?
Small spark.
Small spark. Okay. Let's underline that one first. Let's try it with blue first, okay? Small spark. How about everyone? Is it true? The small spark is giving more information about the material. Okay, it's almost correct, Ashley. The fact is only needs a small spark to catch fire. That one. That is the information that is added to know about the material. Now let me ask you, what kind of material is it that can catch fire easily?
Wood.
Wood. Good. For example, like wood. What else?
Plastic.
You cannot. No, plastic is not flammable.
Paper.
What? Dari you?
Paper.
Paper, good.
Gasoline.
Material, not, yeah, gasoline is also material though, but yes, okay, something like that. What else? One more, maybe?
Obsidian.
Iron.
You can make
Iron.
portal.
Iron, you cannot, no, iron cannot catch fire easily.
Tungsten.
What?
Tungsten.
No,
Tungsten.
tungsten is not.
Ya 3.200.
No.
Arang.
That means coal.
Oh ya.
Okay.
Player Minecraft loader
Loh,
kamu.
Mister beda loh, Mister. Kalau kol itu batu bara, kalau arang itu kayu yang dibakar.
So, it's the same, right? It's still
Batu
coal.
bara bukannya brick ya?
Still the color is black.
brick, brisket, coal. There are several types of coal. Okay.
Kol itu batu bara nggak sih? Iya, benar batu bara.
Okay. So, it's still the same, right? The same material that easily catch fire.
Karkol, misalkan arang itu karkol. Udah tulis lagi karkol.
No, I just write coal. Okay, let's move on. Number 2, protect yourself from insects that bite or sting. Which one is giving the information about the
Bite or
insect?
sting?
Yes, that bite or sting. Oops. That
Mister
bite or sting.
di Romawi 2 itu disuruh apa ya? Kok jadinya
Okay.
tidak itu sama sekali.
3. Climb to a high point where you can see below you. Which one is giving more information?
You can see below you.
Where you can see below you. Good. Okay, so there is a word or several words that we use to give more information about something. We call them as relative clauses. Okay?
Apalagi ini coba.
Relative clause only using that or where. This is something that we use. Usually we use it every day. For example, like number 1, use material that only needs a small spark to catch fire. The word that in here is the relative clause that gives more information. And then climb to a high point where you can see below you. The word where gives more information about the place, the point itself. Okay? Do you understand about relative clause?
Enggak sih, aku bingung.
Yes.
Kita pakai bahasa Indo enggak, Mister? Aku
So you only need to use that and where. If it's about object, we use that. Object or animals is that. But place, we use where.
kalau place use apa, Mister?
Okay? Okay? I think that's
Kalau
it.
place
That's it
use
for our
apa?
lesson for today, okay? Okay.
Mister, kalau place pakai apa?
So because that's it for our lesson for today, I will see you again
Mister, kalau place pakai
next
apa?
week. Okay? Bye-bye.
Next week kan ulangan.